Hi, welcome to my channel, Alia. My name is Leslie, and in this occasion, I want to talk about the good benefits, the good results of the reunion of the Alia reunion yesterday. Like I said, you can improvise because sometimes you don't have a lot of people to make the reunion. Sometimes you only have yourself. I've done it in different ways because I am a traveler, so sometimes you just improvise as you can. Yesterday, I simply opened my windows and started, with my work, started talking as if I would be in the reunions over there in Tunja or in Kazakhstan. Um, and then basically what you do in these reunions is you get rid of negative beliefs or behaviors that you know already because you're drinking your tea and you're more clear in your head. You're getting more and more clear. So reunions are simply to get rid of negative energy once again. However, it's massive, it's more, it's stronger. When you have as we learn in another video that I made, for example, John Bradshaw has a very interesting book about toxic shame. And when you dare to be yourself and to say, well, I have this, I have that, I have that, not vibrating from a from a place of criticism of yourself or of others, but from a place in your heart or in your mind or in your consciousness, in a place of truth and of expecting good results. In ayat, nothing is complicated, Allah. You see what I mean? However, it's a training. It's you learn. We're all learning, right? Sometimes we've been in reunions and people start talking and they tell stories and they tell this and this and that, and we laugh maybe or not, but that's not good necessarily good work. However, or yes, you see, I mean, from what I learned, maybe it's not necessarily the best work, but there are other things that are taking place. For example, if you are with a person who is long time speaking, but you are practicing your patience. You're practicing to be patient with other people. Sometimes we're not patient, right? We don't care. Allah, right? So it depends on you. That's why I tell you. For example, now I'm in my reunions by myself, like this. Like, yeah, we are all here in the world, right? Like you're never by yourself. So right. Maybe that's what I need at the moment. Maybe I need some quiet for myself because we were always traveling in congresses and this and that. And now finally, I have like I said, I had a long time I didn't do the ayat. But you see, in other words, your life fits. There's no complaints about your life for today, of today. In other words, we with ayat, we are solving our situations, not even problems. Allah, we don't call them problems, we call them challenges. We call them, right? Opportunities to grow, to, like I say, for example, to, how do I say, to develop some patience, for example, in this case, or to see how other people live and be thankful that we have what we have, right? When we really see, when we really count our blessings, then you see that you are really blessed, that you have a lot of things that we all have, a lot of things that to be thankful for, right? And this is positive. You're not, even if you have the chance to complain. I mean, some people do complain, and some people are very, beginners or whatever. So to say, right? Like, what is beginner? That's relative, right? Again, it doesn't matter what I say. It matters how you work and how you see your results. That's what I like from the ayat. Ayat is not me blah blah talking. Yeah, The moon and the sky, no. The ayat is you work and you get good results. Point. Punt. No more, no less. And for example, yesterday I was a I finally got rid of some people that I didn't really forgive, and not from my family, yeah, but some people that for whatever reason you see, I didn't work properly, and I still had that thing, maybe a little bit of guilt trip, or maybe a little bit of toxic shame. All that is gone, or much better than before. You see, in other words, you are concentrated on your. It's in ayat. I remember when I used to go to Kazakhstan, and they speak Russian language, yeah, or Kazakh language or something. Well, strange language. I don't know, but some words I do remember that they use a lot, and one word was always "rabota nasaboy." "Rabota nasaboy" means you are working in yourself. You are working with yourself. In other words, you're improving. It's a deep, very deep word. I don't think we have only one word that can describe that term. You're checking yourself. You're seeing the results from your positive beliefs, from your positive behavior, and it's what I tell you. Sometimes you go to a psychologist. Sometimes you go to therapy. That's too hard. We're not so hard in the ayat. We're children. Alia means innocent child. Not so innocent to let people abuse you and so on, right? But innocent in the sense that, oh my God, I went in the red light. Oh, Alia, you see, you're innocent. You didn't mean it that way. Because sometimes the impact of society in our consciousness, or in our brains, or even in our bodies is too hard. Allah is hard. Allah, no. In ayat, we treat you with love, we treat you like child. However, there are minimum of rules, we explained them before. But basically, it's what I'm telling you. It's very easy. Good work, good results. So, I was working with forgiveness. It was something that I really needed to finally get rid of some stuff, and that's good work. Today, I see the results immediately. For example, I went to the supermarket. There is this guy. I had the feeling that he didn't really like me, or maybe I didn't really like him, because we project people when we don't do ayat, or when we don't work properly. Our getting rid of negative energy, then you are infecting, so to say, Allah, the people around you. So sometimes you think it's him, sometimes you think it's you, or sometimes you think, it doesn't matter. In ayat, we don't work like that. We work with good work, good result, and you see it. Good work, good results, and you see it. That's the good thing. So, like I said, I was not working with this treatment. So this guy, probably, I didn't say, one spiritual spiritual exercise that I learned also from a student from the ayat, which is to look at the person in the eye and say, Allah. You're saying, I am innocent, and I see you, and I see the innocent child in you. Allah. So with him, it worked perfectly. But again, I got rid of a lot of negativity yesterday, because it was the 18th. In other words, that's what I'm saying. The good results from the reunions, and these good results can be also for you. You understand? That's the good thing of the ayat. It's not about me bragging. Oh yeah, no. It's about you finding your solutions, right? In an easy way. Instead of starting an argue with a person, you go in the zone. Allah, daddy, papa, or whatever you call your creator, right? Like whatever. Oh Jesus, look at this, look at that, look at this person. What happened? for example, right? And another spiritual exercise that I learned is you put your hand in your heart and you say Alia, and you say, oh Papa, please don't let me be like this. I'm not like this. Please don't let me be like this. Help me not to be like this. Allah. You see, so very simple, very beautiful. Children love this treatment. And you are, I tell you, when I see like in my eyes in now that I'm doing it again, and when in other words, you change. You are more innocent. You're but not innocent so that somebody come and abuse you. No, that's not the innocence that we are teaching here. Because I'm also a coach in abuse. In other words, um, I'm not gonna tell you, oh yeah, no, because that's what I did before. Before it was like, oh yeah, I'm full of positive energy, and then come the next one and suck you dry. No, Allah, that's not good work in the ayat. In the ayat is you know how to defend yourself from others, you know how to put limits. But that's something that I didn't know before when I left the ayat 4 years ago. This is new programs right now from the person that I'm becoming after I learned that you have to defend yourself. In other words, you have to protect yourself. Sometimes you even have to say goodbye to people forever. But um, back to the reunion. Normally it's 2 hours. It's from 12 to 2. I could stay only 1 hour. I got cold, I got this, I got that, and I started drinking tea. Whatever happens to you with the ayat, with energy, you drink your tea. That's your medicine, so to say. you know. So I went, I drank a lot of, I drank my tea. Then you realize how the energy in itself helps you, because now I do feng shui too. So when you're talking all these things, as we have learned in feng shui, when you talk about all these strong things in your house or in a place, you have to clean that place. We used to do that too in the ayat centers. Formula, alan, inana, sosatel, and then we clean. In feng shui I like it because they we clean. You can clean with salt or with salt water. Like. But in other words, I was not so strong like before. Before I would stay 4 hours in the circle, in the congresses. Now not even 1 hour, but good results anyway, because again, like when you drink your tea and your consciousness is opening, you don't. No effort is not good enough. You are doing your effort, and it's amazing. In other words, you're vibrating from the gratitude, in other words, you're thankful. I'm thankful that I'm coming back to my consciousness, that I'm coming back. You see, that's good work. So, well, I went already. I left the reunion. It was fine. Then I made a cleaning in the house, how you do it in feng shui with, we can talk about that another time, and then it was better and better and better. And today, like I said, I met someone who I thought it was my enemy. Allah, no, that doesn't exist. People are not enemies from one another. That's not how we work in the ayat. This person has a misunderstanding. I maybe don't like him either because he's not my cup of tea. Allah, necessarily, but now with the ayat, you develop love or respect or awareness for this person. This person is helping me. This person is serving. Thank you for being there. And I go to the supermarket and he's taking my, he's a cashier, whatever. Allah, you see, you're not going through the world like a maniac, like an automat. No, you are a human being again. And these are good results from the ayat. I tell you, I am in a country, or I'm not going to start with the I am in a country, because that's like no. That's not how we work in the ayat. We are in a world in which people have different situations, people have different backgrounds. That I could say. I am in a country in which the background is mental confusion and this and that and that. And it has been a challenge for me to be calm and understand what other people are going through. Not to absorb it or not to um, not necessarily to feel guilty about it or not necessarily to get so enmeshed in it or so mixed up in it, but to develop my own hard in my heart, work in my heart, where I say, well, yeah, they're human too. The world is not for me. Because when you do that in a, like I said, in a balanced way with limits, etc., etc., in other words, respecting also your own work, then you can say, well, you know what? I'm going to start working in another place. And for example, that's something that came from the reunion from yesterday, because you realize that no matter where you go, there are humans. We all make mistakes, Allah. We all, however, we're not perfectionists, Allah. You see the difference? We're humans. I say, well, maybe he had a bad day, maybe I had a bad day, Allah. That's conscious. When consciousness is open, you start forgiving fast or faster, like a child. And I tell you, when I see this person, I see him with love already. That's a good result from the from the reunion from yesterday. The reunions are the 1st and the 18th. And like I said, you can do it by yourself, or you can do it with your children, or you can do it with your family if they like it, you know,